Hello everybody, I'm Elwirfy and today we're back talking about some more Killing Floor 3. So just as a fair heads up, I'm a little bit stuffy right now. I'm a little bit of a sore throat, so I apologize if my voice isn't as crystal clear as it normally is, but I still want to get through this because I have just now, as I'm recording this, been made aware of an update that Killing Floor 3 devs have actually went ahead and put in a delay on the game, which I think is super, super great. Let's go ahead and read through the official statement just to make sure we're absolutely clear, and then I want to give my own opinion about the situation. So it says, Dear Killing Floor fans, we've made the decision to postpone Killing Floor 3's launch to an undecided date later in 2025. After taking the time to gather and discuss feedback from our recent closed beta, we've realized that we missed the mark. Our goal isn't just to make Killing Floor 3 an ambitious step forward for the franchise, but also to maintain the core experience that you've come to know and love. With the full support of our parent company Embracer Group, remember those guys, we're working together on a timeline to address many of the common issues players had during the beta, including performance and stability, UI/UX, lighting, and weapon feel. While it's too early to say which fixes will be implemented by launch, we can confirm that an update allowing you to independently select your perk, class, and character is planned for post-release. Okay. We look forward to another opportunity to show you a more polished version of Killing Floor 3, and we're ready to share more details. You will be the first to know. Until then, we thank you for your continued patience and overwhelming support. Sincerely, the Tripwire Interactive Development Team. So, what does this mean? Well, a couple things to note. I think this is fantastic. I think this game absolutely needed a delay, and I'm incredibly happy to see that we've gotten a reply. Now, I'm kind of playing catch up a little bit here because, again, I'm in college. It's my finals week. Haven't had a lot of time to really delve too deep into this. But from what I'm seeing, it seems like people are agreeing that this was a good change. And I'm happy to be on board with generally mutually YouTube's consensus of that, hey, this is great. I think it's important to note that most of these updates that they're going to be doing to fix it are going to be post-launch. So I'm very curious to see how they're actually going to implement some of these things. Obviously, we have the concerns about the performance stability. That is the biggest thing. If we don't get performance and stability done, then your game will not be popular and it will not be played. I think you guys already know that in case the developer is watching this, but that should be pretty obvious that that is the top tier thing. If we can't physically play your game, we're not going to enjoy it, right? Obviously, the UI. To be honest, I don't care that much about the UI. I think it'd be nice if we didn't have to have the actual buttons, like the Q and the R, and the whatever your keyboard shouldn't have to be on the display. That's a bit unnecessary. There's a reason why people like symbology in games. It's good. I think just leave that in the controls. Most games don't show the key bindings, so that should be removed. That's the only issue I had with the UI. Otherwise, the UI for Killing Floor 3 actually looked pretty good to me. But that's my personal opinion on the effects. Lighting, I agree, definitely needs to be darker. I really hope they make it darker. Please, please. If they don't make it darker, then I'm going to be a little disappointed because Killing Floor, of course, is supposed to be a horrifying, scary game. Even on the gameplays that you guys have seen of mine, of Killing Floor 2 and Killing Floor 1, they're definitely dark and gloomy. So I apologize also if any of you have had trouble actually watching the video because it's hard to see what's going on. But I can promise you, it looks way better in-game if the stuff looks scary. This is supposed to be a scary game. If I wanted to play a non-scary shooting game, I'd go play one of the more mainstream games. It's unfortunate that this game is becoming mainstream, but here we are. And weapon feel, yes, very important. If I do not enjoy shooting your guns in the first-person shooter game, then I'm not going to play the game. There are plenty of games that I've stopped playing because the guns don't feel good. For example, I tried to play Overwatch 2 and Valorant recently due to personal reasons, and I still feel like Killing Floor 1 and 2 have better gunplay than those games because they feel more raw and there's good feedback. There's plenty of games where you can have good shooting, but they don't always give good feedback. Like Stalker gives great feedback on weapons. Absolutely fantastic. And I do mean Stalker Anomaly when I talk about that. So getting the weapons to feel more gritty and more real would be really helpful. Because if Killing Floor 3's weapons are too futuristic and don't feel that good, then why would I even want to bother trying to upgrade those weapons when I ultimately get those attachments. And I think the attachment system is actually good, but our base weapons need to be able to get the job done. I don't want my difficulty of a match to be restricted based on my lack of ability to upgrade my weapons. Out of the box, especially with how limited weapons you have, out of the box, these weapons need to be kicking ass, or else people won't want to go through your progression in the first place. Anyway, and this is the big thing, right? While it's too early to say which fixes will be implemented by launch, they can still confirm that there will be an update allowing us to independently select your perk, class, and character that's planned for post-release. So in the beginning, when it releases, we will still have the specialist system. Will that mean they'll try and sneak in limited time loot boxes? Will there be microtransactions fed into the game? We already have cosmetic ones, and that's already very disappointing. But this is still concerning because they didn't confirm when an update would happen to allow us to change the perk and character. And I do want to point out, they're listing it as perk, class, and character. They're no longer calling them specialists. That's good, but I'm still concerned about limiting us as a whole. So, are we only still getting the 4, or maybe it was 5? Sorry, I forgot because I didn't actually play the beta. I just watched people play it. However many you start specialists we're starting with, are we going to get the other ones put in here? I don't know. They've already done some reworking, and I'm hopeful things will look good. And it sounds like they are committed, to me at least when I read this, it feels like they're committed to making changes, and I'm very hopeful for that. And I want this to be positive, right? I don't like hating on a game. I hate on a game because I want it to be good. But there are certain concerns that I think are important. For example, they say that our goal isn't just to make Killing Floor an ambitious step for the franchise, but also maintain the core experience that you've all come to know and love. So seemingly they care, but I'm concerned about how they view their goals, because you can see that they didn't think of this originally. We saw that from the beta. I guess, what am I saying? Obviously they didn't see that. But it's disappointing that the devs working on this game, or maybe it's the Embracer Group, maybe they're, admittedly, maybe the evil parent company of the Embracer Group are doing more against the dev team than we're allowed to know about. But I think it's important to understand that the fact that the game wasn't initially designed to be a horror game means we're probably going to get aesthetic changes, and we're probably going to get things that will look weird for a time. I'm hoping that with post-launch updates that'll be fixed. But what's my rule, guys? If you watch my stuff, you don't pre-order games. You don't purchase a game until it's fixed. I never buy games on launch. Pretty much never, except, and one exception I might be doing will be GTA 6, depending on how buggy it is. Because that game is so popular that might blow up the channel, and as a small YouTuber, you got to take advantage of that kind of stuff. But with this game, I still would recommend you do not buy this at launch. I think you should wait for, and I won't be doing it either, unless they fix everything. But I'm going to wait for other content creators who have more money than I do to buy the game and try it out. And I'll probably still make more videos like the way we do it now, going over what the game's fixed, giving my opinions on it. And whenever I go to buy the game, I would hope that you would trust me that that's a fair benchmark of when the game is good enough for the average consumer. Again, I don't have a lot of money. I'm living in my parents' house. So I'm really careful about what I put my money into, and I do very much want to support the devs. I want to show my appreciation to them for making these updates, but actions do speak louder than words in this instance, and I'm hopeful that this is not a PR stunt and that everything they've said here they will actually do. But I've seen your comments. Look, I read your comments. I reply to your comments, and I've seen your guys' concerns that, oh, they're just saving face. Oh, they're not really doing anything. Let's wait till we see what happens. That's completely fair, and that's good consumerism. I like that. And of course, you're welcome to disagree with me in the comments. I will reply to those as well. But from reading this post, I feel like I can confidently say that I'm willing to give Killing Floor 3 a chance as soon as we see actual updates. Now, here's the weird part, though. This is another thing that I thought of, and this is why I'm still concerned. They said that while it's too early to say which fixes will be implemented by launch, that tells me that they plan to release the game unfinished. That's why we don't buy games when they launch. They are in control. It is up to them to decide when to release the game. They have clearly listed all of the problems: performance, the UI, lighting, and weapon feel. They've said all these things are clearly the most important things, and I can agree with it, but you should fix all of that before you launch the game. You already seemingly have delayed the game because you have an undecided launch date later in 2025. So you want to post the game this year. Do it in December. Put all of your effort into fixing the game. I do not want to see an April release date. I will be mad. You need more time. You guys haven't decided. I'll admit, they could have it set for December. I don't know. But I still stand behind what I said in an earlier video, that they should delay for a year. I think we should get this March 2026. But hey, maybe they'll surprise me. Maybe they will fix all these problems by the time they launch. And if they do, great. But I think skepticism is important here, and we need to be very careful about how we show our support. Show your support by only purchasing the game once everything that they have said they can fix is fixed. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that update. Thank you all for watching. As always, I'm Elwirfy. Make sure to subscribe if you liked the content. I love showing my support to you guys and other small content creators as well, and I'd hope you show the same support to me, because I really do like covering this stuff, and I think it's important that we promote good consumerism, especially for people like me who don't have a lot of money, to make sure that we get the most out of our hard-earned cash. So leave a comment, and I will definitely be seeing you guys next time. Take care, everyone.